Hi. In the last session, we looked at asynchronous and synchronous learning activities. In this session, we will be examining the topic Introduction to Learning Management Systems. First, a quick outline. So we'll have a quick introduction. Then we will look at understanding learning management systems, after which we will examine the different roles or people that work on the virtual learning environment or LMS. Then how to get to the LMS, and then a quick tour of the Pebble West Africa Project LMS. The first question is, why go virtual? Throughout this course, we have been looking at online learning and the advantages it gives us as a community. But a very good reason is that student needs to access learning from any location at any time. Students need to ask questions, explore resources and ideas, and engage in tasks that will help them understand their course materials. Then you have a wide variety of students with different devices. So all these need to access the learning process. So it's moving from face-to-face to online or blended learning scenario, moving from a fixed location, a fixed time, fixed classes, to a situation where learners can learn at any time, at their pace, when they want to. Now let's look at learning management system. What is an LMS? An LMS is a software application that is used to plan, implement, and access the learning process. LMS allow instructors and administrators to create and deliver content to learners. It also helps them to monitor participation and access performance. It allows online interactions to take place between students and lecturers using the computer and the internet. Another name for learning management system, LMS, is virtual learning environment, also known as VLE. So what do you have, or what can you do on a learning management system? There are several activities and functions that can be carried out here. For instance, lecturers, facilitators, tutors can make announcements, they can post and track assignments, create learning activities, track student progress as they move on in the journey, upload video and other media. They can deliver feedback. They can also facilitate discussions in online discussion forums. And of course, they will also be able to grade student work in this big and all-important software. Now, some may ask, can you do without an LMS for online or blended learning? Yes, it may be possible, but it can be very, very tedious if these things will be done manually. So it's like walking instead of flying, especially if you are going on a very, very long distance. Now let's look at the user roles on an LMS. Who are the people that work and interact with the learning management system or virtual learning environment? The first is, of course, the students. So students come in and they access their resources, they submit their assignments, they receive communication messages from their tutors or other students. Then you have the lecturers, you have course writers, you have faculty members. All these need to access the LMS and provide resources to be accessed. Then you have a facilitator. So sometimes, especially in large classes, you will want to have a facilitator that will help to interact with the students, mark their work, and to discuss with them at different levels. Also, you have the IT or the technical crew. These are very important people because they provide support to students, even the lecturers and the facilitator. They help to keep the system running and to help solve any technical issue that arises. And of course, you also have other administrators and executives, those that want to monitor enrollment, monitor interactions, participations, and provide general support to the whole community of users. And in fact, you have a whole body of the university community providing support one way or the other to ensure that teaching and learning progresses. All this group of people need to access the learning management system to perform their tasks. So what do you have? There are several things in the learning management system. You have web pages, you have course materials, you have files and folders coming in, you have discussion forums, you have assignments, you have quizzes, online chats, emails are also sent, social media integration, video conferencing, whether it's Zoom, Google Meet, all these are possible and they are all integrated into the learning management system. And of course, a host of different multimedia resources. So these are activities, resources that are in the learning management system. So how do you get to a learning management system? A typical university, say for instance now, or any distance learning institution, or any university for that matter. First, you have the students, the learner, they can physically visit a learning center where they will have access to the learning management system, not necessarily a physical class, just to go to where there may be resources for them to use to access. And all this, of course, is under the framework or the foundation of the internet. People can access, of course, with their different devices, laptop, desktop, tablet, or smartphones. All these are tools that are necessary to be able to access resources on the learning management system. There are several, probably hundreds of learning management system software available today. Some are open source, some are proprietary. Open meaning that they are free, their codes are available free to use, and some are proprietary, they are sold by companies and maintained by the respective companies. But very popular ones are shown here, like the Google Classroom, Canvas, Moodle, Schoology Learning, Blackboard, and a host of others. For the Pebble West Africa project, we will be making use of the Moodle Learning Management System. Moodle is an open source online learning management system that allows instructors to develop their learning spaces filled with dynamic courses for training anywhere, anytime. So you will find these resources useful even as we go through this training program. Now, Moodle has a comprehensive set of learner-centric applications and collaborative learning environments that stimulate both teaching and learning. It is supported by an active international community, a team of dedicated full-time developers, and a web of certified Moodle partners. There are also many freelance people that contribute their effort, their code, their time to maintaining the Moodle project. So I mentioned activities and resources before, generally on LMS, but here regarding Moodle, Moodle specifies things on the LMS into two broad categories. One is activities, the other resources. So activities are ways that students can interact with a course. For instance, a quiz is an activity, charts are activities, forums, choice, feedback, assignments. These are things that students do or perform. Then you have resources. So resources are items that you use to set up a course. Okay, resources can include a book, a file, a folder, a web page, URL, label. All these are resources. They give the students something to read, something to consume, something to learn. Here are some activities which have been mentioned before, the assignments, the charts, the forums, and the description of these activities are here. And then the resources, as mentioned before, the book, the file, the folder, the URLs, all these are what the students read, use in order to learn. Then we move on to online learning authoring tools. Sometimes it is necessary to design interactive and interesting content that can engage learners as they go through their studies using the learning management system. In such cases, some tools or authoring tools are necessary or are helpful to design effective learning content. There are several that exist, but over here are just listed 4 tools: the Adobe Captivate, Adobe Presenter, Camtasia, Articulate 360. All these are tools that can be used to create meaningful and engaging content, which will be uploaded to the learning management system for students to access. So the instructional process, the instructional delivery for online or blended learning will involve these resources, course materials, instructional videos, live facilitation, discussion forums, and online chats, and many more, all integrated together into the learning management system for access. So it's a one-stop solution for delivering learning online. So it's time to take a quick tour of the Pebble West Africa Project Learning Management System. The URL is here. So let's take time to access it and look at the activities, the resources, and the way it's layered and set up. Thank you.